Hey everybody, Fantron here, and we are back for the, I don't remember what part this is actually. It's like part 14. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's part 14 of Dark Souls 3. So, I decided that after I do this sit down, the next sit down will be no commentary at all, and then after that we'll be back to live commentary. I did wind up finishing the game. 2 more sit downs after this, so just another like 4 hours, and then the game was done. Simple as that. But anyway, I'm doing this commentary on my bed while I'm eating food because it is late. And I'm tired. So no biggie there. And the dogs are barking. It never fucking fails. It's like when I want to do something, they just start fucking barking. Okay. You know what? I'm not... No. Because if I get up... Because they're just gonna... He's barking at people being outside. And that is irritating. Sorry, I'm moving the mic a little bit. So anyway... Yeah, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna let this rock still. Okay, sorry about that. Where are we now? Oh, picking up the proof of Concord kept. That is the, which I wind up finding this out later, I do believe. So yeah, I was just like, oh, it's a Covenant item. I knew it was a Covenant item of some sort. Oh damn, did I really miss that much? Fuck. But basically, if you're a Blue Sentinel or a Dark Moon Knight type of thing, I think that's what I'm searching for right now. It's because I believe I picked up the Knight of something rather another, where I could figure out the roster of who's all the Knights of the Dark Moon or some shit like that. That's the one thing about this game I've noticed. Like, by the end of this game, I have so many goddamn items that I'm just kind of like, what in the shit? I don't think I have the roster just yet, but I do look for it, or I pick it up, or some shit like that. And I went and explained that. But that's basically if you're a Blue Sentinel, or a Knight of the Dark Moon, which is essentially Blue Sentinels plus. Something like that. Ironically enough, we'll be back in that area at some point. And it basically leads back down to that area there. But there's another area that we'll be getting to that'll show that off. So I was debating on like, well, I don't know which way I want to go. And ironically enough, I didn't really have much of a choice as to which way I was going to go. So I wanted to go ahead and explore this area, I suppose. I think it's been about a couple of weeks since I even did this last. Because as of this recording, I finished Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne is now on the PS4, which I'm just waiting. It's gonna be in the same week that I'm gonna record it. And next week's gonna be busy as hell. Honestly, I don't even think I used this sword afterwards either. Which is a crying shame. I kind of like this sword. Goddamn, these enemies. Holy shit. At this point in the game, they kind of give me a... It doesn't seem like they're giving me a whole bunch of trouble. I think they are, but... I think they are quite a bit of trouble, if you ask me. I don't know, maybe they're not. Maybe they aren't trouble. I remember them being really annoying, though. Well, obviously having them all grouped up is probably a stupid-ass idea. And the spellcasting one that's around here, some goddamn where. Fuck that guy. This one, he won't really do much. He just kind of takes your hits. Soul thing that I picked up there. See, now other people's dogs are barking and shit. That's crazy, man. It's fucking... It's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's 10:50. And people are out here walking about. And it's a Thursday, too. Or not Thursday, a Wednesday. I wish it was a Thursday. It's a Wednesday. Wednesday night, like middle of the damn week. Fucking hump day. The hell are you doing outside? Don't you work? Shit. I know I do. So I'm trying to get this done. I'm going to do this one, and then I'll do another one. I'll do this other one tomorrow. This is a longer one, though. So I just want to get this knocked out. That item up there, I don't even know if it was that important for me to get it, but I do eventually grab all the items. Oh, I'm fading out. Okay. Where am I going? Oh, okay. Back to that other place. I was doing some more exploring. There it is. So it lets you know who's all in there. I think there was a thing in Dark Souls 2 that you picked up and you had something similar to that. I don't remember. This game pretty much goes on the nostalgia of Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, a lot of... I don't know, I found myself seeing a lot of Dark Souls 2 in this game. I mean, if they would have had the Crypt Black Sword or something like that, or the Grave Crypt... I forget what the hell the name of it is. The Gut Sword. If they would have had that in this game, then this probably would have been the best game ever. It did have my old fucking armor from Dark Souls 2, which we'll come into later, but I really do like that armor that I'm using right now. The, I believe it's the Fallen Knight set. Well, partially the Fallen Knight set. I didn't use the whole damn thing. I did like the helmet. I don't know. I remember some ambush with the dogs, and I'm just kind of like, ugh. All in all, what I do like about this crazy shit, and that's the thing, I probably won't even mention this. You know what? No. I'll save it because I haven't played. I mean, I've essentially played through this game. I've played through all the Souls games, Soulsborne games now. Officially, as of this recording, I've officially played through all of them, but not, recorded them, but I've finally just finished this one. This is the only one I haven't finished. And I don't know, I'd have to fucking figure out which of these games do I like better in comparison. And which one was the hardest one, which one is, I don't know. I'd still have to say Dark Souls 1 was probably the hardest one. I don't know. I have that game memorized by this point. Like, I've played it once, and as much time as I spent in that game on my, first time through, all those years ago, shit, man. I don't even think I even attempted a New Game Plus run in any of these games. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever done a New Game Plus 1 run in any of these. Oh, no, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2. I did a New Game Plus 1 run in Dark Souls 2. And that was interesting. But, not nearly enough happened for me to give a shit after after that point. I was just like, man, I was like, there's DLC out. I'm just grinding and killing the same bosses over again, and I was like, yeah, they're stronger, but I mean, fuck. Yeah, you need to watch your ass. Walking over there and grabbing that fading soul is a bad idea, because then there's that guy that just kind of came up behind me. He'll just push you off and you'll die. So just be wary of that. It's funny, I don't think I fall for too many of the traps in this game. Actually, I don't think I've fallen for any of them, and I did see somebody to the left of me, or to the right of me. Did I not react to him, or was that something else? That must have been my imagination. I must have saw something. I just saw that motherfucker just now. And don't forget this behind there. You need those. It's one of the many. I think I only show off a few of them. I do wind up getting all of them because I was just curious. While I was playing on my own, I was like, I don't want to have to sit there and cut and edit all this shit while I'm playing this game, just to, you know, while I'm grinding. Alright, there we go. We got another fade out. Yeah, we're going to be doing that quite a bit in this one here. Because there's simply a lot of, like, there was a lot of backtracking that I did. And I think there's, like, 1 or 2 deaths in here. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I don't know. Generally, I don't know. I think my death count for Dark Souls stays pretty low. I want to say it does. Dark Souls 2, I died a lot in. But I felt like it was just from some cheap bullshit. Like, really cheap bullshit. Dark Souls 1, I don't know. That's a good question. I have to look back and see what I died in more. I don't think I'll die too much of Bloodborne. I say this now and I haven't recorded it yet, so I probably just jinxed my fucking self, but who knows. Yeah, this area's got all these fucking little ass goddamn... Yeah, these guys right here are invisible to you until you walk up close to them, but you can still see where they are by their little glowing eye things or whatever. They're not too bad. It's just a lot of hacking and slashing. Again, I think this whole game, I kind of stayed one step ahead of it and grinded and actually enjoyed the PvP aspect and the PvE aspect, because again, in both games, I did not even get a chance to. So throughout the rest of this game, I do relatively stay ahead of it, like, much higher in level than I need to be. So it's, yeah. That's kind of what happens there. But it's not too bad. I think after a certain, even then, I think one of the bosses towards the end of the game, the last optional boss, mind you, he is kind of a pain in the ass, and I had to cheese my way through that. I felt like I cheated myself out of the fight, but honestly, I was so ready to be done playing Dark Souls 3. I was just like, you know, I don't really care. Not the final boss. Final boss, man, he was pretty easy. You don't even need to summon anybody or do anything like that. But I know I summoned somebody for the, what call it, optional boss. But it wasn't an NPC. Generally, I'll summon an NPC, no problem. But you know, especially if it progresses some sort of dialogue between me and the other NPCs, which I wind up forgetting to do any goddamn way. But that's generally all right. I don't care. These games are fun. Never be anything like this, so to speak, like outside of From Software's shenanigans. I mean, besides Neo, but Neo's not really. It's not this game. It's not, you know, a Souls game at all, and I'll talk more about all of that once I have my retrospective of all this shit done. I think I might actually do that once I get some more project time on my plate. Yeah, but basically I just came in here, cleared out the room, see if there were any secrets or items. I think at this point I was frantically looking for more shards for the for the guy, or for the Estus Flask. Because I was just like, man, I was like, there's got to be a whole bunch. Because I'm already sitting here thinking, man, there's going to be a whole bunch in this game. I don't know what the maximum number is, which it winds up being 15. You can have 15 full gulps of a goddamn Estus Flask before then. And then it goes up to plus 10 on that. And with the health that I have, and with the health that I have by the end of the game, it's just, it doesn't feel like it does a whole lot. Like, if I had low health, yeah, sure, but I probably wouldn't be able to fucking survive much if I didn't even concentrate on health at all. Even embered up at full, like, it won't matter, because if I go into somebody else's world, I'm hella nerfed. So, it's kind of a shit situation. Oh, and that person didn't lie. Thing I never trust any of those. When I see a whole bunch of signs and there's just a wall there, I'm just like, I don't know about this. I kind of just, you know what are the odds that somebody breaks their weapon, it's like the weapon that they're using, what are the odds of that actually happening? And with all the repair powders that you should have had, you know, just picked up, with all the repair powders that you should have just picked up by this point, there should be no reason for your weapon to be broken. Then again, the odds of you breaking it? Holy shit. That's gotta be a small... That has to be a small chance. Somebody can find these footage of somebody breaking their weapon on an illusory wall. Or not an illusory... a fake wall, I guess. No, not a fake wall. A wall. Let me know. Like, I mean, that weapon has to be like one of those crystal weapons or some shit like that, where they break after like a few hits. But in these later games, there's so many. This weapon has, or this game has so many goddamn weapons, so many goddamn pieces of armor. And then, you know, by the end of the game, I feel like I have, except for like the ones that you had to buy, and then I think a few exclusive ones that I just couldn't be bothered to just go grab because I didn't know where the hell they were. I think generally I have most of the armor in the game, and I'm just like, what in the flying fuck? You know, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. At least for the regular playthrough, there might be some New Game Plus shit that I don't know about. And then, you know, sans the DLC. Ooh. Yeah, these enemies. Now, the thing is that I wasn't too worried about just getting in close to them later on. I think I just jump on them. Because I'm just like, that's a big-ass enemy. What I don't know is that there's going to be even more of just those goddamn things. Now, the thing is, they seem honestly, these guys are so fucking harmless. I think I've gotten hit by these guys like a couple of times, and after I realized that, oh, I got hit by him. But the whole thing is, he's just big and nasty looking. So I'm not taking any chances until he gets in close. Then I got no choice. He's coming up goddamn stairs and shit. It's gross as fuck. Some of these monsters are just grotesque for the sake of being grotesque. Like, this is nasty. But yeah, once I got in on them, I was just like, oh, well, fuck them. I was like, okay, never mind then. I just wanted to make sure there were no more lying about. But I'll be creeping around rather slowly. Just to get through all this, just to be sure. It's nice that I'm doing commentary on my goddamn bed. I got some shit. Lay down, chill, relax. Do this commentary real quick. Let me move this mic again, so I can lean in on this screen. But yeah, see, I'm very cautious. They showed me that enemy, so I know in video games and in Dark Souls, they show you one enemy, fine. You know, just think of it like Mega Man X. You're like, that was the tutorial part, and now you gotta learn how to deal with the rest of the shit. And if that enemy was gonna be too tough for me, see, I was aware. That's a corpse. It's not alive. That's too sunk in far down, and it's like grayed out. But these guys who are popping out like a video game, movie, and TV show, well, not TV show, video game and animation logic, if it's like a different color or something like that, or a brighter color, then you kind of already know, like, oh, well, that's obviously the thing that they're going to move. And I completely whiffed that. Yeah, that thing was a lot bigger than what it was, and I killed him in one fucking hit, so, again, not really something that I need to be worried about. Now, I know this one's alive, too. Look at that. That is so fucking disgusting. Good lord, he just pops up out of the ground. Yeah, so, not that big of a deal. And that's another one of these slug priest things. Not alive, but great heal. Something that I can't use just yet, but I do wind up using later on in the game once I realize that I could use it. I can't use that right now. That's really, really good. Don't forget to pick that up. Especially when you're playing PvP and PvE, and you do have a gaggle of people with you. It's good for those real tight situations and, you know, saving an Estus Flask. Obviously. You just gotta be smart about that shit. And I think I increased my FP a little bit more throughout this playthrough. I'm not actually sure. I do get to the point where I can use one Great Heal and one Wrath of God, and then that's it. Per bar anyway. Yeah, I'm just seeing shit fucking in the water, and I'm not trusting any goddamn thing. I think that's the general rule of thumb. Trust nothing in this game. You can't trust treasure chests. You can't trust fucking picking up items because somebody's just gonna jump on top of you and fucking kill you. You can't trust other players. You trust nothing. You can't trust NPCs for shit. Everybody could be lying to you. Like, yeah, go for this ending. No, go for this ending. You don't know who to fucking trust. Don't trust them, see? Don't trust players. Don't trust anyone. Alright, now we're gonna go to this little underwater area. To the right of here, there is a bonfire. It does lead to a whole nother area. I don't know if I show that off or not, but I do recall finding it, because it does lead to another area. Now we got a whole bunch of those long-haired, nasty critters in here. Look how I'm blocking with my sword. I don't even think I'm realizing I'm doing that at this point. Those things just look nasty. And they don't do that much damage, but they just look gross. Yeah, I did not have the stamina to wield this sword. I'm just glad it was strong enough to get the job done in this area. I sure as hell did not have the stamina to wield it like that. Just our goal in this little small area is to pick up items, and it does lead to the rest of the level as well. So there's two ways you can go. You can you can't completely avoid this area. This is the mandatory way that you're supposed to go. So you're supposed to go through here, but the other way it's also mandatory, but it kind of diverges you away from other shit. And we do actually wind up taking the other way once we reach a certain point here. Because I said no to a whole bunch of shit that I think we'll be getting to in this part. Yep, that's another one over there being fucking nasty. There's 3 of them just sitting there dangling in the damn water. It's so gross. So damn gross. And behind you, there is a fecal spattered ash or something like that. Or just shit ash. It's behind you, or behind me. There's extra soup to the right, which I go ahead and grab some. Now, Sigurd of Katarina is supposed to be here if you rescued him from the well back at the Cathedral of the Deep's cleansing chamber area. If you go ahead and do that thing, he'll meet you there. I don't show any of this off, but I'm letting you know right now that that's where you'll meet him next after you rescue him out of that well. And you have to, like, get his armor from fucking Patches, which actually I don't even think we see this whole playthrough because I don't interact with the NPCs as much out of the sake of, you know, just for the sake of time. Now, it said beware of Pincer. And I'm looking around. I don't see shit. I don't see a goddamn soul except for the guy in front of me. And I see bloodstains. I see notes, and I just see this guy walking around on the painting, just sitting there on the painting. Now, he just happens, the guy who's going to pincer me, just happens to be out of my fucking view. See, look at that. And boom! Just, it's fucking perfect. Just as fucking perfect as it can be. He's up there. Yeah, and that's when I notice him. He's up there. I was like, well, shit, now I gotta run and go all the way back this way. Probably shouldn't have. I brought him all the way back here because I know his little sniper boyfriend ain't gonna be able to do shit. Yeah, but more goddamn Black Knights. These guys stay permanently dead once you kill them. The reward up top, which we will get to, is actually quite worth it. I don't know if you're collecting shit, but it's a nice little blast from the past. Jesus. Yeah, sadly though, I did not collect every piece of Black Knight, or what is it? Those are Silver Knights. Are those Silver Knights fucking armor? That's weird. I never collected all the Black Knight's armor. Silver Knight armor, I think I have a full set. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I have a full set of Silver Knight armor by the end of this game. But I did not get a full set of Black Knight armor, which annoyed me to no end. Because I was walking around with Silver Knight shit, Black Knight shit, and I was just like, I was like, that's not cool, that's not gonna work. So now I'm gonna be heading upstairs to go take care of that arrow guy. What I do not know, however, is that in front of you there's another guy, and those jars behind you, don't roll into them, they contain frost. I think I throw that off later. But all these jars contain frost. A frost element. That little blue cloud that guy made. Or no, that was the guy shooting. Oh my god, I can't believe I whiffed that. I'm just trying to catch him at the right time. Alright. It's another one down. So yeah, more Silver Knight shit. Out of recommendation, you know, I don't care how anybody fucking plays the game. Do what you feel and do what makes you feel good about it. But the Silver Knight shield is fucking terrible. Like, in comparison to other shields that you get later on, it's really not good. At all. And I've realized something. This whole game, you can't upgrade armor. Like, once you get the armor, that's it. You just have to kind of fashion your souls, you know, away into this. And I just got hit with that frostbite, which is essentially just, goddamn bleed. Again, with all these goddamn bleed types of Jesus. Oh, here he comes. I played like shit trying to fight this guy. And honestly, there was no reason for, there was no excuse for me dying now. I just was not playing smart. Like, at all. I had all the S's. He had none of the health, and then, yeah, he just wrecked me right there. Didn't give a fuck about how I felt about it either. He just kept hitting me. So we're gonna go back at it again. And now that I'm aware as to what's going on, we're gonna do the same shit. Not that I give a fuck about the frost part, but see, and that didn't do that much damage that time. Which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. But don't worry, I forget, and then I'll start forgetting how to fight against said NPCs. There you go. He's down. And at this point, we're still collecting large Titanite shards. Like, we're still in only the second upgrade thing, which you can pretty much get a lot of them, especially if your discovery is really high. And none of these are traps. They're all for you. Excuse me. There's the blast from the past. Look at that. There's no way in hell I can use that, but it's there. But yeah, that blast from the past was just sitting there like, excuse me. It was just sitting there like, oh hey man, you know you want to use this. No, you're crazy. I don't want to use that. Oh yeah, there's a phantom ahead. NPC. Wait for him to show up. There he is, right there. Now this piece of shit doesn't fucking work. And I did have quite a bit of trouble trying to deal with him. Again, it's because I have no stamina, and I'm swinging that goddamn sword around. I'm getting hit with all those goddamn spells for no goddamn reason. And these NPCs, goddamn man, they do not fail. Like, human-sized enemies in this game are probably more dangerous than the giant monsters in these fucking games that look menacing. But human-sized NPCs, or human-sized enemies in general, just the fucking harder enemies. Which I don't know if they decided that was design choice, and they were just like, yeah, fuck it. And seriously, I want to know how the hell do people get that invisible shield thing? I really would like to use that. I should have died there. Really should have died there. He should have just thrown a thing at me and that would have been it. There goes that NPC. And I do believe, yeah, he drops his little claws there. Dummy alert. Don't scout ahead very well because the NPC was pissing me. So I'm essentially going to die again. I do know that this is going to die again. And that's because I get ganged up on by these dogs. Now, I hate fucking dogs in this game. In these games in general, just dogs are the fucking worst thing ever. No, I'm sitting here trying to get away. There's no way I'm getting away from them like that. And you know, they hit me with frostbite. You know, every time they hit me. Fucking piece of shit, I swear to God. So now I don't have the Dark Spirit to worry about. I can just go through and take care of the assholes I need to take care of. And I think it's been very rare that I actually lost souls. I deliberately gave up souls one time. I was just like, you know what, I don't fucking care. And it was at the end of the game. And I just didn't give a shit. So I was like, I'm done leveling up my character. There's really no need for me to level up my character anymore. It's like, that's what the DLC and New Game Plus is for. Cause I'm like almost level 130 by the end of the game. And I'm just like, I'm fucking fucking done. I'd say closer to 125. I think I was like 122 or shit like that. But I gave no fucks about leveling up after that. It just takes too much work, and I grinded over 1,000,000 souls just to see what that would do. And 1,000,000 souls, doing it the way that I did it took way too fucking long, and I actually found out there were easier ways to fucking do it. It about drove me up the wall when I saw how people were doing it. Like, yeah, in an hour you can get, you know, 1,000,000 souls, or 1,000,000 plus, and I'm like, the fuck out? I was like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, shit, I can level up my character for fucking days and just fucking grind that shit the hell out. Elevator leads to the above area. I think I'll show that off here in a second. Because I was pretty sure as to where that elevator was leading. But I needed to go ahead and activate it. Not that it would matter all that much anyway. Because I don't actually... You know, now that I think about it, I'm not sure why they put this here. Because if you just keep going a little bit of a ways, you'll find another shortcut. And the shortcut is where that gate was that was locked off, or it was locked from us earlier. So that's where that is. So then we're going to go ahead and go back down. And then once we get back around again, we'll see the other shortcut. And why they put that there, I don't know. I really don't know. Why would they... I don't know why they would do that. Or they expect me to run to the other bonfire and just say, oh, well, you know, I might have died in between now and then. Now I got to go all the way back to the other bonfire all the way over again. Not necessarily, because all you have to do is just warp and change, and then you'll be right there. But if you play smart and you don't die, which I don't think we die for the rest of this set here, but I could be wrong. I think I might get killed off in the new area that we reach after this. Where is this? Where is it? Oh. I'm above these dickheads. See, I don't even remember this. Don't even remember any of this. That's how brief my adventure was in this area. It seemed, you know, with all the cutting and all that shit, that's, you know, it seems relatively short. You don't spend a lot of time, you know, cumulatively in these areas. Which, again, I think this game is probably the shortest of them all. Like, even with my editing, like, yeah, I think accumulatively, I spent more time playing this game on my free time. But on actual recording time, I did not spend that much time, you know, just playing through the game. Which begs the question, is this game the shortest of the series? Because I think it is. I think this game is the shortest of the series. It seems like it has a whole bunch of goddamn areas, but I swear to God, with all the bonfires that they put every goddamn where, there's really no sense for you to be walking around with one, you know, no Estus ever, unless you're doing like a no Estus run or something like that. My God, you monster. You know, that's one thing. The second thing could very well be, and then again, why the hell was that ladder there? Just so I can get to that item? A little bit earlier and then climb up it? I don't fucking know. This level's weird. It's short, it's weird, and they make you go through a whole bunch of trouble just to get through here. I already attracted this douchebag with his goddamn scythe. But again, he doesn't have that much health, so it goes down pretty easy. And the boss door is right there already. But now, if you take a gander as to where we actually are, we're above that central area where the lift takes us back up to. Come on, what are you doing? That's funny. Because I've been accidentally getting put into dancer fucking boss fights most of the damn time when I get summoned in the first area. I've gotten so used to how those stupid ass swings work. And see, and all these people look like I'm just like, that doesn't even look like an NPC. But there's that little small area right there. Now, again, this is the one complaint I have about this. Like, just not this game. Well, there's a lot of complaints I have about each game, but just this level in particular makes no sense. Why put an elevator there when all I'm gonna do is just walk over to this door, which mind you, you can be relatively encounter free. I do believe I actually had to run through here one time just to go ahead and get back to this place. But yeah, you can stay encounter free running from the bonfire from that little church area all the way back over here, and you will have to deal with those two guys over there and maybe this guy in the middle if you fucking feel like it, but you can just ignore him. And see, I get the homeward bone ready and everything because I'm just like, well, I already know what I'm going to do now. Alright, we got a ring and bonfire last rest of that. Alright, we're heading into the boss. Simple as that. No summons, no nothing. It says try parrying. Yeah. You can parry this boss, and as you can see, I was just like, alright, yeah. I'll give it a shot. I don't parry it successfully. I do not. I think I'm in the heat of the battle, and once he phases, I stop giving a shit about parrying him. It's just much easier for me to dodge him. Parrying him makes it, I think it makes the fight like 20 times easier, to be honest. Because I went and fought him again after a good minute. I parried him. I got so much damage on him. I was like, just from parrying him, I was just like, nah. I was like, I'm not going to parry him and then go for the stab. I'm just going to parry him, wait like a second, and then just go in for the fucking hits. Did more damage that way. But yes, this guy, Pontiff Sylvain, I think is his name. This guy right here, I even made a joke about him during the original recording of this commentary. I was like, oh my god, what's this fucking line? You know, I was just like, come on. And then I make that joke again because there's another boss that has that has the same goddamn type of shit. Really wrong. I'm just like, what are these fucking people win? Like, are you serious? Now, this is the second phase. He summons a phantom of himself. And generally, he'll mirror his moves. So whatever he does, you know, expect a second one on top of that. That doesn't sound too difficult, and on top of that, you can destroy the said phantom. He'll summon another one, which will give you time to go ahead and, you know, attack him. But if you have them so close together like that, you really don't have to worry too much. You just gotta watch out. And then he'll keep moving to his position, so I'm guessing it was designed to be like that. And I do believe we take him out on our first try as well. Yeah, I'm quite sure of it. There's not a lot of bosses in here that gave me a whole bunch of trouble. I think just the last optional boss. I think that was the most I've ever died to any of the bosses. I died a good grip of time. I'll fucking edit that together to show it off. Good grip of times too. 5 or 6 times. Could not figure it out for the life of me, so I just said, fuck it. I'll just go with what I know and fuck it and work out the rest. Clutching this shit too damn much. Oh my goddamn health. Goddamn roll. That sword fucking slash. While I happen to be rolling. I never get lucky with that. That shit should have killed me too. He really should have killed me. Sometimes and then I'm out of Estus at this point. And as you can see, I brought out the broadsword because I got tired. I was like, well, as a boss, I was like, I'm going to need all the stamina I can get. Now, here's the thing I've noticed. Yes, some weapons take off more stamina than when you hit. Some. Not a whole bunch. But I think throughout most of this shit, most of the goddamn weapons I use, it makes no difference. And that is just me thinking it makes a difference. But the broadsword's actually stronger. That sword has been stronger than all the weapons that I had up until a certain point in the game. Then I made sure that there was nothing stronger than other weapons. Because I was like, I've been using that broadsword pretty much most of the goddamn game. We're just about halfway through the game at this point. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, we are pretty much halfway through now. And I'm just kind of like, alright, well, I'm halfway through the goddamn game. And I'm still using this goddamn sword, so it can be done if you level up the goddamn sword. It's possible. Now we're getting to this area, this very infamous area in which I see quite a bit. I see too much of it, to be honest. I know this fucking place in and out now, which is really annoying. But basically, when you come here, there's a covenant that will summon into your game just because you are here, just because you are walking here and doing whatever it is that you're doing. They will just come in and invade you. Their job is to kill you and basically push your shit in. Now, if you're with Way of the Blue or anything like that, people will come to your aid and they will help you fight these guys off per the norm. Okay? But when you're invading, or when you're here, there's a chance that you'll be running into the purple Dark Spirit versions, regular Dark Spirits, and then that Covenant. All at the same goddamn time. The most that I've seen at once in this was about like 7 or 8 different fucking people just in here trying to fucking kill the host. Luckily, I happen to be on the side of like the invading phantoms and not the other way around. That would have fucking sucked. And I had a couple of protectors, you know, or they had a couple of protectors with them. And, you know, we eventually we had it all out. The host wound up getting killed. A few of the phantoms wind up backing the hell off. You know, and then that was it. That's pretty much how it went. It was fucking crazy. There's a lot of crazy stories I could say about this. And honestly, I want to show some of the crazy adventures off. And I'm like, oh, a fog gate. And I'm like, oh, I'm being invaded. Fucking great. Like, oh, well, I guess it's about that time anyway. I was like, I haven't been invaded for a while. Nobody invaded in the last area, strangely enough. But this area right here, the fucking worst. It's just the fucking worst way to be invaded, especially if you're coming through this area in your first time. And again, mind you, this is my first time going through this area, so I had no idea what the hell I was going to be expecting. Alright, so those guys right there, I do believe, yeah. Aldrich Faithful. That's the Covenant that spawns here. So you need to watch out for the blue/reddish guys, because they're part of the Covenant, and they will try to come in and push your shit in. Ironically, that little area that I ducked myself into and immediately got out of, that's where I think that's where I do a whole bunch of damage to him, or that's where he dies. So this is going to go on for quite a bit. Generally, though, I do handle invaders pretty well in this game. Like, anybody that I at least do catch while I'm recording, I handle pretty well. So, it winds up working out. That's the whole thing. I was just like, I'm gonna pick a smaller sword. But I know it's stronger than what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I even tried to parry. I don't know what I was thinking there. Also, I'm so afraid to try and parry big swords. I don't think that it's actually possible. Oh, there he goes. And he put himself in the hole. I had to back off him. That's it. Yeah, he put himself in the hole and then fucked himself. There we go, that's one Dark Spirit done. Now, here's the dumb thing about this. I just killed one of them. Now, and I've seen this happen while I was invading a few people as this covenant. Yep, and there's another one. This one's just a dark spirit. This one is an altered faith. But this place is a fucking magnet for goddamn people to invade you. But this one? Missed thing had a backstab. Didn't get it. This thing I wasn't prepared for, and I was making sure those other guys weren't going up to me to try and chase me. Pretty sure I'm gonna get all the cock. Pretty sure I'm gonna get all the cock. Which is fine. He's expecting me, and what happens, you know when you get staggered, and that's it, you know, you lose it. That's another thing, I really should have just went for that. I gotta remember to be patient and treat it like Bloodborne. But see, look, I had stamina. I held the block button, but for some reason it registered that I didn't have any stamina for him, or to him, so he was able to go for it right off the bat. I'm just trying to fight him off at this point. That's it. Do all my hard work. I have to stay on him. I don't have, again, I don't have the stamina. And I think that was the problem. I didn't have a lot of the stamina to fight these assholes. But then again, I think this is the way that the game is made. I have not seen anyone with high stamina anything in this game. Then again, I could be wrong. I'm just not looking in the right spots. And again, I have magic, but I feel like with the casting time, I'm not going to be able to get to him. And is he going to sip again? Yep. And I do believe... Yep. And I killed myself. As simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. As simple as that. There's nothing that could be done about that situation. But yeah, there are fucking giants in here. There are goddamn enemies everywhere. I said nope to all that. And worse yet, this area is not, it preys on all of my fucking worst fears. Remember how I told you that this game is just one big nostalgia act? Sometimes, you know, sometimes it just kind of appeals to my nostalgia a bit too much. I do like that guy's armor, though. It kind of reminds me of the Farum, whatchamacallits, from the Farum armor from Dark Souls 2. But it's actually the Drang armor, believe it or not. I didn't, looking at it on someone else, I didn't realize what it was. But I was like, ooh, I want to get his armor. But that's the Drang armor set that he's using. So we actually have that already. And then these guys got these two unique weapons. Which, I don't know who these fucking people are, but we never see them again. So again, if you didn't kill any of those giants beforehand to grab the Drang armor set, you might want to grab it for just for that area, that poisonous ass area, the Farron Keep, I believe, or something like that. Just that alone. Now, mind you, I don't go human here because be lit the hell up. Because I didn't want to get fucking invaded again. I was just like, nah. I was like, okay. I'm over that. I was like, they can't invade me if I'm like this. At least as far as I know, I've never been invaded while I'm not embered up. So, but I do got plenty of goddamn embers. And by end game, I do have quite a bit of them. I have like at least 58, 59. And the max you can carry is 99, and then beyond that, it's like in your inventory storage thing, it's like 600. Having that many is bit much. Really don't need that much.
And we died again. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.